يا راغبا في كل علم نافع.
ينمو العلم ويتقدم بتقنياته ومجالاته، ومعه نطور أدواتنا في تقديم العلم الشرعي. أكاديمية
زاد أكاديمية ينبوعها صاف ليروي غلة الظمآن، والسيرة العلياء عطرة الشدى طيب يفوح لأهل كل زمان. بشرى لنا زاد أكاديمية للعلم كالأزهار في البستان.
بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن اهتدى بهداه. أما بعد, when we read the seerah of the Prophet ﷺ, we can't help ourselves to love him more. The way he lived was so beautiful that we would sacrifice our parents, our families, our wealth just to be with him for a moment of time. Our Prophet ﷺ sometimes joked with his companions, and sometimes his jokes were a bit practical, but without crossing the line. A man came once to the Prophet ﷺ and said, "O Prophet of Allah, I'd like to go for jihad. I'd like to fight in the cause of Allah, but I'm stone broke. So give me a ride from the treasury of the Muslims." So the Prophet said, ﷺ, "I will give you the son of a she-camel." Now, whoever hears this thinks that, what would I do with the son of a she-camel? So the man said, "O Prophet of Allah, what would I do with the son of a she-camel?" And the Prophet said, "Come on, isn't a camel a son of a she-camel?" So I did not indicate that it's a month old. I just said it's a son of a she-camel. So the Prophet pulled one over this person. Anas, may Allah be pleased with him, says, the Prophet once, ﷺ, came to our home, and I had a younger brother, 3 or 4 years of age. His name is Aba Umair. And he had a small bird in a cage as a pet, which died. So he was a little bit sad. So the Prophet would come frequently, over and over again. Every time he saw my younger brother, he would say, "O Aba Umair, ماذا فعل النغير?" What did the young bird do? And he would say, "Oh, the Prophet of Allah, he died, he this, he that." And the Prophet would continue to remind him every now and then until it became a joyful event rather than a sad, depressing one. Suhaib, may Allah be pleased with him, says that once I came and the Prophet was eating, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, some dates and bread in front of him. So the Prophet said, "Come and eat." So I started to eat. And the Prophet noticed something in one of my eyes. So he said, "There's an infection in one of your eyes." So Suhaib said, "O Prophet of Allah, I'm eating on the other side." Meaning I'm not looking to the food with my infected eye, I'm eating from the other side. Also, the Prophet ﷺ had one of his Bedouin companions, and his name is Zahir ibn Haram. Zahir, whenever he came from the desert, he used to bring gifts to the Prophet ﷺ. And the Prophet used to appreciate that. Whenever he wanted to set off, after coming from the desert to sell his goods, whenever he wanted to go back to his tribe, the Prophet would also give him some gifts of his own. One day, the Prophet went to the market and he saw Zahir selling some of his goods. So he came from behind him. He embraced him so that he would not be able to move. And the Prophet ﷺ held him tight. So Zahir would not know who's doing this. He said, let me go. Who's this? Let me go. And when he recognized that it was the Prophet ﷺ, he kept sticking his back to the Prophet's chest, not wanting to let go, because he felt the love of the Prophet ﷺ. And the Prophet announced, who would buy this slave from me? It's a practical joke. The Prophet is not selling him, but he's joking with him. And he is a slave of Allah. So the Prophet did not lie. So he said, who would buy this slave from me? Zahir said, O Prophet of Allah, nobody's gonna buy me and you're gonna lose in this transaction. Who would buy someone like me? And the Prophet praised him and complimented him by saying, by Allah, you are not something that would not be sold at the sight of Allah Azza wa Jal. At the sight of Allah, you are of great value and you are expensive. The Prophet ﷺ would joke with his servant Anas, who was a young boy, 10, 12 years of age. And whenever he called him or scolded him, he would say, oh, you, the one with the 2 ears. Now, some may be offended. Why are you talking about me and saying that I'm with 2 ears? All of us have 2 ears. What's wrong with that? But this is the way of the Prophet's joking with him. He used to joke even with his wife, Aisha. Once they were in an expedition. Aisha says, I was young and I did not carry any weight yet. So the Prophet said to his companions, move forward, march forward and leave me behind. And when they were ahead of them, Aisha and the Prophet ﷺ, the Prophet said to Aisha, oh Aisha, come, let's race. So she says, I raced the Prophet ﷺ and I won. And the Prophet ﷺ did not say anything. Few years later, when I gained more weight in another expedition, the Prophet told them, march forward. And when they were ahead and could not see them, she says, I forgot all about the first race. The Prophet said, come, let's race now. So I raced with the Prophet ﷺ and he won. And he started to laugh and he said, this is by that. Touché. So now we're even. Mahmud ibn Rabi', he was 5 years of age. So he's one of the youngest companions that narrated hadiths about the Prophet ﷺ. He says, I remember when I was 5 years of age, I came to the Prophet ﷺ when he was making wudu, and then while rinsing his mouth from a bucket, he spit some of the water in my face. This is what people do in a joyful manner with children. He says, I remembered it. And this shows you that the Prophet would play with youngsters, with young boys, so that it would reflect and they would remember it later on in the years. Ali ibn Abi Talib said that once I was lying on my back on the soil in the masjid when the Prophet came to me and said, stand up, O father of dust, Ya Aba Turab. And he started dusting me off from that sand or dust that was on my back. And he said, Wallahi, this is the most beloved nickname anyone had ever called me with. Hudhayfa says, the Prophet came to me when I was asleep and he said, Qum ya Nu'man, oh, the one who's sleeping, stand up, wake up. So he would joyfully call them names. Abu Hurairah says, sometimes the Prophet would say, Ya Aba Hir, not the full name. He would cut the name into halves. And the same with Aisha. He would sometimes call her Ya Aish, not Aisha, Aish. And all of these shows you how the Prophet ﷺ used to joke with his companions, bearing in mind that he would never cross the limit. So he would never lie to make people laugh, which is prohibited. And he warned us from this. And he would never mock or be raceful or speak about an ethnicity like people do when they name a nationality and accuse them of being stupid or accusing them of being stingy and the likes, looking down at people. He would also, alayhi salam, prohibit scaring people. So some people would prank others by terrifying them or scaring them. And this is totally prohibited in Islam. It is not permissible for a Muslim to scare another Muslim. And he would always say, reduce the amount of laughter in your life. In the hadith, he said, O Abu Hurairah, reduce laughter, for excessive laughter kills the heart. It makes the heart unable to feel and sense the real reality of life, which has an ending, and we will be accountable for what we have done. هذا والله أعلم ونسبة العلم إليه أسلم وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على عبده ورسوله نبينا محمد.
يا راغبا في كل علم نافع.
ينمو العلم ويتقدم بتقنياته ومجالاته، ومعه نطور أدواتنا في تقديم العلم الشرعي. أكاديمية زاد،
زاد أكاديمية ينبوعها صاف ليروي غلة الظمآن، والسيرة العلياء عطرة الشدى، طيب يفوح لأهل كل زمان. بشرى لنا زاد أكاديمية للعلم كالأزهار في البستان.